What's going on, YouTube? I am Germ here, and today we have to talk about something very, very important to me. We have to talk about a new campaign that I'm going to be kicking off, a new crusade, a new movement, whatever you want to call it, a social cause. This is my new hashtag, #StopTheGlizzy Rioting. We are, of course, talking about glitters. I'm getting so many comments. I've already got them. I've already made videos addressing some of these comments, but they continue to roll in. So many people telling me that I'm wrong about glitters, that glitters are this amazing investment. They're underrated. They're going to soar to the moon. They're going to outperform holos. They've historically been better than holos, which I've already made an entire video deep diving into and debunking. The fact that glitters from the end of the Antwerp sale onward to the peak, they actually compared very similarly to holos. And then from the peak onwards, or from the end of the Antwerp sale to today, holos have actually just straight up outperformed them, meaning that on the way down, the crash has been more significant for glitters. They have not been able to hold up their value as well, which we can talk about why that maybe could be. There's a ton of different factors, but truly, from the end of the Antwerp sale to today, Antwerp holos outperformed Antwerp glitters in terms of returns and everything else. So people telling me that glitters were better for Antwerp, it's just not true. Obviously there were some glitters that outperformed certain holos, but as a whole, I've already made the video, I already did the research. The holos perform better. I still think they're better, but there's people telling me all different kinds of crazy stuff all the time, telling me that I'm dead wrong and that I need to get aboard the glitter train, that I need to start, gobbling on some glizzies myself. But that is not going to be happening. But today I did want to talk about a new interesting comment that I did receive that actually made me think about things a little bit deeper, and it might make you think about things a little bit differently, might change your mind about some stuff. I don't know. It didn't change my mind about glitters overall, but I still think it's a very interesting point. And this is the fact that if we take a look at holo prices at the end of the Antwerp sale, I have Antwerp right here. I do believe we have the end of the sale prices for Antwerp. And we will see here, the average sticker at the end of the Antwerp sale was what, 48.2 divided by 24. Average sticker at the end of the Antwerp sale, holo, that is, was about $2. And if we look at Paris, this is Paris, a couple weeks ago. Obviously, the prices have changed, but this is going to be relatively accurate. Average holo price for Paris right now is going to be like 127 divided by 24. Average Paris holo is about $5.29. That means the average Paris holo is over double where the Antwerp holos were at the end of the Antwerp sale. And if we take a look, and that's obviously leading a lot of people to say, hey, Paris is overinvested, Paris is overrated, these prices are overinflated, blah, blah. Maybe it's going to be overinvested, who knows, whatever. There's a million different reasons, a million different things that people are saying. Some of them are right, wrong. Some of them we don't know if they're right or wrong yet. We're going to have to wait and see. But if we take a look at the Antwerp glitters, we will see that at the end of the Antwerp sale, the glitters were at an average of, I believe, 29 cents. Yeah, 29.5 cents, 29.5 cents, the Antwerp glitters. Now, we fast forward to today. This is August 3rd, the day that I'm recording this video. I don't know when this video is going to be coming out, but recording on August 3rd, these are the prices. We will see that the average Paris glitter is, we have 5.6 divided by 24, I believe is about 23 cents. Yeah, 23.3 cents, meaning that the Paris stickers compared to Antwerp was actually, at the end of the Antwerp sale, compared to where things are right now, I think the Antwerp stickers were actually about 25% more expensive, which is crazy. Those are still relatively similar, but really, Paris is down for whatever reason. Now, this led this commenter and maybe some other people to say, hey, look, holos are overpriced right now. Holos are overrated. Holos are overinvested, but glitters are not getting the love that they maybe deserve. Look at this. Look at how much they were going for back in Antwerp. Look at how much they're going for now. The holo prices are exploding, but glitters are where the value is. Glitters are underrated. Glitters are going to see these amazing returns. And I actually think that is an interesting idea, and I love that people are diving into the numbers and looking at stuff like that. And is that possible? Yes, it is. Even for somebody like me who doesn't like glitters, and even after hearing that, I'm not going to be loading my money into glitters. I still think glitters have massive downside issues, like in terms of liquidity. If you're trying to buy and sell a ton of those, when you're buying, you're going to be running up the prices like crazy. It's going to be hard to put loads and loads of money in. When you're trying to sell, you're going to be dropping the prices. It's going to be hard to sell loads and loads of these things. You're going to have to just have more items overall. That's going to mean more storage units. That's going to increase your overall costs and cost bases. All these a million different downsides of glitters. Also, the fact that I just don't think they look that good. I have some skins with some glitters on them, and when I use them in game, I don't like them. And if I don't like how things look and I don't believe in them, I don't think they're going to have long-term, a ton of value or whatever. Yeah, there's just a lot of issues with glitters and a lot of things that I don't really know, but I do love that people are taking a look at some different things like this. But to this point specifically, I want to offer an alternative, kind of reality or logic or whatever, because there is multiple answers for different things. At the end of the day, we don't know exactly why stuff is priced the way it is, and people can draw conclusions and say, hey, look, glitters are cheaper, glitters aren't as poppin' as holos are in Paris right now, so they must be underrated, they must be undervalued. But the other possibility, and this is possible, who knows, is the fact that glitters in the Antwerp collection were something brand new. They were something crazy. They were this shiny new toy. We didn't really know what to expect from them. Obviously, we had seen holos 20 different times before. We had seen holos in all these different collections dating all the way back to, freaking Cato 14 or whatever. There's always been holos. They've been around. We've seen them time and time again. And glitters were this new toy in Antwerp. People didn't know what to expect. People didn't really know how to accurately value them. People didn't really know exactly what was going on. And that's a possible reason why we could have seen glitters way more, relatively more expensive back in Antwerp than they are today. Because you got to think, if Paris is cheaper right now than, if the Paris glitters are cheaper right now than the Antwerp glitters were during that point in time during the sale, that's very, very significant. Because again, we have more investors, we have more players, we have more hype surrounding the Paris set than we did around the Antwerp set. We have so many factors that point in the direction that the Paris glitters should be relatively more expensive. The fact that they're relatively more inexpensive is that is so significant. So could glitters have been overpriced back in Antwerp, I think, is the question. I think there are some signs pointing to that as well. The fact that glitters perform similarly to holos on the way up and at the peak prices, that's a good sign for glitters. But the fact that they have then dropped more significantly from then on means that the value and the demand in glitters might not actually be there. And over time, people might be realizing that they don't like glitters as much, that glitters don't have as much value, that glitters aren't as valuable or as good of an investment. And, the most recent data and stats we have is, again, that period of time where holos has outperformed glitters. So if I'm looking for, what have you done for me lately, or what is the most recent significant data to me, it's the fact that glitters haven't done as well as holos over the past, 6 months, whatever the most recent time period is, or maybe even 4 months or whatever, since, kind of the CS2 hype onward. Glitters have not held up as well. And now, once again, we're seeing glitter prices for Paris coming in lower than we did for Antwerp, which again proves to me maybe that people don't like glitters as much, that glitters aren't that cool, that glitters aren't that attractive, that glitters don't have that much demand. You could say they're underrated, or you can call it the fact that nobody likes them or nobody wants them. It just kind of depends what kind of viewpoint you're coming from. And for people who really like glitters or want glitters to be a thing or want to make it happen or want to find some underrated investment, yeah, you can do the mental gymnastics to say that they're underrated. And again, you might be right. We're going to have to wait and see. You might strike gold. You might have some insane returns. I might be missing out. But again, in my mind, I'm saying this data and the things I've been seeing, it proves to me that there isn't the demand for these. That one, I don't find them attractive. I don't find them good looking. I don't like them. And I also have, more concrete points for why I don't like them as an investment specifically. And yeah, that's where we are at. So I did think it was very, very interesting that somebody pointed out to me, and I had never really dove into the numbers, that yes, glitters right now relative to the Antwerp collection are actually cheap, especially when you look at holos being more than double the prices that they were during the Antwerp sale. Why aren't glitters following suit? That's for you to answer. That's for you to decide. If you think it's because they're underrated or undervalued, hey, maybe you want to load your money into glitters. Maybe you're going to kill it. Maybe they're going to have these insane returns. Maybe glitters are going to greatly freaking outproduce holos from here on out. I'm not in that camp. I don't think so, but I at least wanted to present this data to you guys. But again, I'm tired of hearing about glitters. I don't like them. I don't think they're going to outperform. So hopefully we don't have to talk about them too much going forward. We'll have to wait and see, though. I don't know. Wanted to make this video for you guys. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.